Right, Edgy, I think we had the perfect start of the day and then maybe made a little bit hard work of it towards the end.
Definitely. I mean, we had a little chat before we came out and we said, like, look, lads, we know that we can start at a better tempo and stuff like that. We know what we've got to do. We've got to say we came straight out, went at them. Bits of quality, good corner from Erdy, headed back by Greeny. I think Addy heads it in. Keds puts a great cross in. We get across the front of the goalkeeper, 2-0. All of a bit of a whirlwind, if I'm honest, but we went right at them. And then I think reality struck. We were 2-0 up. And rather than actually going, right, we need to put our foot on the ball now and just calm everything down, because you've got what you want. 2-0 gets you 3 points. Doesn't matter if you get 3-0, does it? You know, you've got to do it. And I just thought at that point we were a little bit erratic, as we needed to calm down, to be honest.
Yeah, obviously we spoke. I spoke with Cogs on Tuesday night that if we'd got a goal, it'd change the game, and maybe it changed it in the wrong way for us. In that it was maybe a bit like that Ashford game, in that we maybe got a bit complacent.
Yeah, I don't think it's complacent. It's a weird score. 2-0 is always a weird score because everyone in the crowd thinks.
Most dangerous score in football.
Yeah, it is because everybody thinks the game's done and dusted, but it doesn't always pan out that way. I'd say that at half time we had a little chat, we settled down, we came out and we started all right again. Got in a couple of times, and I think by his own admission, you know, Ira's a great finisher. I mean, any other day he puts them away, and then it's 3, and then it's 4, and then it's deep breath. You've done your job. The problem is the longer it goes on at 2-0. You're pushing to get another goal, believe it or not. They hit you on the counter, get a penalty, 2-1. All of a sudden, it's a totally different game, isn't it? And I just don't think we dealt with that well.
Just quite a little bit.
Okay.
I started
Keep
to think
poking at me.
Yeah, I mean, when Ira went clean through, it was pretty much on the halfway line. He went through, and it felt like the old ground. It just expected him to bury it. And then I don't know what your view was on the penalty.
Well, on the Ira one, everyone knows the more time you have in a situation, it always becomes harder. Thing is, we know the quality Ira's got, you know. So the minute he goes through, it's like winning the lottery. And then when it doesn't go in, you're like, oh, what are we going to do now? The penalty, I don't know. I think sometimes they say there's like a big strong lad in the box goes down too easy. I mean, they've told the officials have told Cads to get up when he got pulled when he was just about to shoot. And then I thought if you're going to give the penalty that they gave them, I'm not saying there wasn't contact. I think you got to give Cads as well. But you know, any contact in the box now can be a penalty, can't it?
Yeah, I suppose. Obviously, it ended up being one of the most. I mean, we've had dramatic games at Wingate and Finchley before. We ended up with a poor lad going down injured. They say he's broken his collarbone. We obviously wish him all the best. Which adds to nine minutes of injury time. I think the keeper must have come out for about 3 or 4 set pieces in the end. We've had chaos. Addy had one in the net that we've. I mean, it looked onside to me, but we'll have to watch that back. Ibs had a chance as well, and it looked like anyone could score for maybe the last 5-10 minutes.
Well, it was chaos. I mean, for a spectator, he must have loved it. But I mean, the keeper's come up to try and get a goal. That happens all the time. We countered. I can tell you, Addy was definitely offside, just in case you want to know. But no, it was a bit weird. You'd never want to see someone get hurt, you know. And I was going to say, it wasn't really a nasty game at all. So they've had someone sent off. There's about 13 yellow cards. It's a bit weird. There wasn't really a bad thing in the game, do you know. When they go up and when you break, you like to punish them for bringing the keeper up. It just didn't happen. But at the end of the day, I mean, everyone wants the perfect game. Everyone wants the perfect 3 points. We got 3 points today. That's perfect for us. It's about getting the team playing a little bit better, I think.
Yeah, I even forgot about the red card. I think credit to Ibs. He's robbed the ball off him, and the lad knows that if he doesn't grab his shirt, he's going to go through and he's going to be one-on-one.
Well, definitely came straight on, pressured him. He got caught with the ball underneath his feet. Ibs has towed it away from him, and he's got one decision to make. You know what it's like. Pulls him back. He's got to go, hasn't he? Ref's got no choice. And then it's about staying switched on against 10.
Obviously, we've got a week off now, and then we go into a bank holiday doubleheader, Billericay away, and then back home, and we'll send ourselves into September into the FA Cup first qualifying round with a decent league position under our belt.
Yeah, I mean, we've got 5 points out of 3 games, which isn't bad. You know, that's good. The most pleasing thing for me is I know we've got so much more to give. You know, we haven't been beaten yet. We've drawn 2-1-1, but we've still got more to give. So Tuesdays, we're going to be going over them a bit, I think, about what we expect and what we need.
Well, cheers, Edgy.
Cheers.
Right, Roger, that's 2 man of the matches in a week for you. How do you think we got on today?
It was a funny game actually. I thought first 20 minutes we come out of the blocks, We looked really strong. Set pieces, front three were causing havoc, and yeah, I thought we was well worth our 2-goal lead. And then we just sat back a little bit and invited a little bit of pressure. I thought they were good going forward actually. We've got a couple of good players, skillful, quick. So overall, happy with the result. But yeah, I think we can do a lot better as a team.
Yeah, it certainly felt like maybe 2-0 we could have gone on and got more. Obviously, the penalty I think's given them got their tails up and maybe thought they could get back into it. I don't know what your view was on the penalty.
Yeah, it was a stonewall penalty. Simple. He's pulled him back as he's gone to shoot, pulled him off balance. The ref's not give it, but also I thought we had a few other chances as well before that, and we've got in some very good areas, and we've wasted it. And yeah, it's like when you're 2-0 at half time. Yeah, there's always that little doubt in the back of your mind, and there's a bit of pressure on us today. We've gone away from home, and we've got a good draw at Enfield, and I feel we should have won the game against Hastings. But they set up and done a job. But today there was pressure on us to win and get the 3 points and push us up the league. And I think at the end of the day, I think that's all that matters.
I actually meant their penalty, to be fair.
Oh, their penalty obviously weren't a penalty, was it? Callum's put his foot out, to be fair to him, but he's pulled away, and their player has just gone over, which he's admitted. But that's what you get in football. Sometimes, the opposition players and even yourselves at times, you do these little things to try and get an advantage, and we've all done it. So you can't really take anything away from him. But they've scored a good penalty, and Bailey's made a good save as well to keep us in front. But for me, I feel that we are getting in really good areas, and I think we've got to punish teams. And I think if we carry on improving at the rate that we're going, some teams are going to get a good thumping, I think.
Have you ever played in many chaotic 10 minutes as that last 10 minutes? It seemed like everything was happening. We had keepers up the other end, counter-attacks. Looked like there was a bit of handbags at one point. Earlier in the game, we'd had a sending off, obviously the injury as well. I think the game ticked just about every box.
Yeah, it did. But you're going into the last 10 minutes and you're 2-1 up and you've got to manage the game for me. And those little bits and pieces, the little niggles, I've had a little scrap with one of their players, as I'd say. But it puts them off and they lose concentration. The momentum's with them at the end of the day. They need to get back in the game. So you need to do these things to break it up. And yes, it happens. But I've been involved in them games, loads of them games. So it's nothing new to me. I'm delighted we've got 3 points now and we've pushed on and we go to Billericay in a good place.
Cheers, Roger. Right, there's a little bit of contention over goal. We've looked at it back on the camera. You definitely got your head on it into the ground and got us underway and got yourself underway.
Yep. Me and Kads was having a little bit of back and forth whose goal it was, but after watching the video, 100% my goal.
Yeah, I think he's just biased because he thinks he's going to get goal bonus, but you don't get out of the back.
Yeah. Listen, us defenders don't get many goals, so I'm claiming it.
But how do you think we got on today?
Yeah, do you know what? We started really well. If we finished our chances that we had in the second half, we would have put them to bed. But as long as we're 2-0 up, once they get one goal back, they're still in the game, aren't they? So we just need to concentrate on finishing off the game and get them out of it from early.
Obviously, you'd have been quite close to it. Thoughts on the penalty?
I thought it was a pen. It did kind of kick him, I would say. But it was a soft pen, but it did actually catch him in the box, I would say.
But I think apart from that, I thought you defended really well. Bailey's only really had one save to make. And to be fair to them, they did have little spells of pressure. And so you, Callum, JV and Greeny either side of you're developing, I guess, a four-man partnership in that respect.
Yeah. I feel like our back four is pretty solid. I think at 2-0 up, we were still trying to go gun-ho, trying to get extra goals and stuff. The game was open, goals was there. So I understand the strikers want to get goals, but I think we was playing a bit too rush in the second half, and it just opened space for them to counter us. But I didn't really feel threatened until there was counter-attacking us.
Well played today, mate, and see you again next week.
Thank you.